What's going on? We are back. What's happening? We are in full effect. You see us in the building. You see me. You see John. What's going on, brother?
What's going down? Chilling. Happy to be on. Oh, we got to change. It ain't Sim today. It's John today.
Yeah. We got to switch that up on him, man.
We'll get that going real quick. But shout outs to Sim for holding us down last week. You know, because last week I wasn't able to make it. You know what I mean? But it's all good. We got it going now. We got it up.
Bam.
Nice. But yeah, man. Shout outs to Sim, man. He held us down, man, and you know, obviously he's the Godfather. He does a remarkable job as always. So shout outs to Sim. You know, salute.
Yeah, appreciate you, Sim, definitely. And just a quick shout out. That was a great first entry of the crossover with our lady of the night, Steph from the Queen's Court, and our man of the evening, Mr. Right. Tony Crow from Knicks and Bruises. So thank y'all. I enjoyed watching that. I'm looking forward to seeing more of that in the future and seeing what you guys got planned and what you're cooking up. So everybody stay tuned. There's going to be a lot more out there. Definitely can continue to grow the MBK network, a lot more content. But being that you guys are here now, thank you for tuning in to the NBK NBA report. You know how we do it. You know, without further ado, let's just get right into it. You know how we like to chop it up. So this is interesting, folks. That's right. This is interesting because you usually hear me get you with the same old spiel about who's at the top of the Eastern Conference, and it's been the Brooklyn Nets. Oh no, there has been a change. The Chicago Bulls are now at the top of the Eastern Conference with a 25-10 record, winners of their last 8 in a row, and they are blazing, folks. They are smoking hot right now. I mean, you can't beat this team. Even when you throwing darts, you throwing grenades, nothing's blowing up, man. DeRozan's like, Levine's like, get up out of here. Yeah, they're playing really good basketball, and salute to them, man. You know, listen, you know, we're gonna talk a little bit more about them in a minute, but definitely salute to them for doing their thing and sustaining it throughout all this health and protocol stuff. So good, and especially let's not forget, guys. I mentioned it last week. They were the first team to get hit with 10 guys out on health and safety protocols. And look at them now atop the Eastern Conference division. That's crazy.
So true.
And we've also got a change over at the bottom. The cellar dwellers have changed too, folks. That's right. You can't keep a bad team down. The Orlando Magic have supplanted the Detroit Pistons to take over the bottom spot. They are 7-31, losers of their last 6. So you know what?
Shout out to Orlando. They're rebuilding.
Yeah,
they rebuilding.
Yeah. That's okay. I mean, listen, the thing about Orlando is even though, you know, I may poke a little fun because they're at the bottom, I understand the rebuilding grind. And there's certain players on that Orlando Magic team that, you know, listen, I wouldn't mind having them on our favorite team. You know what I mean? Just saying. You know what I mean? So
spot on with that one.
Yeah, it is what it is. So, and then, of course, talking about the New York Knicks, they are in the middle of the pack, but it's a little lower in the middle, the lower third of the middle. The little further down. If you squint the eyes, you can see them. They're in the 11th spot right now at 18-20. They did win their last basketball game, but you know there's still 2 games under 500. They're trying to get back, but you know it's it's a grind. So
it's sort of like the little train that could, right? Remember the
or couldn't. Right. Yeah. It's tough right now. So look, it's gonna get better, guys. I know it. We just gotta stay positive thoughts, and we'll keep grinding along. It's gonna be good. So starting off with the Southeast Division, you guys know that when it comes to these teams and how they play, Miami Heat seems to be the team that has it figured out over there, man. I don't know what to say about them. That the beat just keeps moving. They're 23-15. And even though they lost their last two games, they're still atop that Southeast. The Southeast is a little funky over there. Like if there's any division that you can see Miami running away with once they kind of get a good gear going, Southeast is the one. Yeah, because they look like they're the front runner without a problem over there. And the other thing about Miami is, correct me if I'm wrong, John. I don't know, maybe I think they are getting pretty healthy over there now. I think they got a lot of their parts.
I think they got a lot of their players back. I could be wrong though. I haven't really I haven't taken a look at the sort of who's been out recently in the health and safety protocol. I know a lot of folks are coming back. They had a lot of guys down the last couple of weeks, and I think they're just getting all back.
As I said that, I did forget that Jimmy Butler went out.
He was the latest, right?
Yeah, he just went out, and Duncan Robinson, he got thrown into the health and safety, so it's making its run.
That's going to be forever rotating. You know what I mean? That's going to be throughout this league, probably for the foreseeable future.
Right.
Hopefully not, but I don't see it going away anytime soon.
Yeah, I'm just hold on one second. I just want to update everybody on this if they have a more accurate update. 6 weeks from December 7th. So maybe middle of January, towards the end of January, they're still hoping to get Bam Adebayo back.
And that's from injury, right?
Right, that's from injury, and he had thumb surgery. Yeah. So that's
it's not from health and safety protocols, but
no,
to be clear.
Correct. Yeah, so that's big. If they can get Bam back, then I think they'll really be back to making some noise.
But they're still winning without him, which is
look at that. That's what I'm saying.
The sort of combination they have built out there, on top of coaching and so on and so forth. Great decisions.
It's crazy. It's crazy. They're not missing a beat over there, despite everything. So good for them. Right. Yeah, and then that brings us to that other team that I don't really know how I feel about them. I don't know if you think that they're pretenders or what now, but that's the Washington Wizards. Even though they are a game above 500, I don't know, man. They're an interesting bunch over there.
It seems.
What do you think about that team?
I don't know. It looks like they're leveling out a bit. You know what I mean? But again, it's hard to say because of these health and safety protocols. Guys are going out, that plus injury, inconsistent play from time to time. You're going to run into those issues, especially with teams who are just trying to find their way. They're kind of a newly built team, similar to ours that, we got some new pieces. We're trying to figure out how to gel with those pieces. So I'm looking at them as someone who we're going to be battling for sort of a middle to a play-in spot, this year, unless either team gets on a roll, because that could happen as well. Like you can find your way, and start rolling as a team and win some games, and then you could be right, top 5, maybe 5 or 4th spot if you go on a couple of different runs throughout the rest of the season. But I don't know. I see the Wizards very similar to our team, where they're still trying to find their way, and so they kind of leveled out a bit.
Yeah, no, I think you're right about that, and I think that they can see that they've hit some points where they've struggled a lot, and it was prior to even getting hit hard with the health and safety protocols. They just started losing games. They were struggling, so they're trying to get back to what they were. I don't know if they can really get back to that because we thought they were really playing over their heads to begin with. They were really, I mean, they were hot. So we'll see. I do see that
on what they get back.
Right, right. I see they're going to sign Greg Monroe to a 10-day contract.
Right. He's been big for them. Wow.
Well, actually, no, he was with Minnesota.
Oh, no, yeah, that's right.
So
nice
Washington's trying to get him. Yeah, exactly. So that may help them.
Nice. That's smart. They need a couple of bigs there,
Mm-hmm. I agree. And then that brings us to the Charlotte Hornets. I'm kind of, I don't know what to think about Charlotte, man. I know they're a young team primarily, but like I'm still kind of, I don't know. I expected this team to be so much better because of their length and the way they match up against teams, especially against the Knicks. Yeah. I don't know. I'm kind of stuck. They're 19-19 right now.
That's a weird one, right? Because that team, I think everyone projected them to be better than they were last year. And for whatever reason, it seems like they're in every game though, which is interesting. It isn't like they're getting blown out, from what I can tell. So they're an interesting bunch. They got talent, we know that. They push a fast pace, which is hard to defend. They got talented players there. I don't know about that team. I'm sort of stuck. I don't know enough about them to say whether it's false goods or whatever. You know what I mean? I know more about our team and sort of where we're at today. But I don't know about Charlotte, man, because at any moment, Rozier and LaMelo have been going off together recently. They've had a couple of games where they went off for 20 and 30. So I don't know. That's a team that can surprise you if you sleep on them. So
right. The funny thing is, well, it's not funny. It's just one of those things that, when you watch a team enough, you can point to where the certain issues lie or what the issues may be. Right. For us, we know all about them, but then we also even know what quarter is bad for us. Like everybody knows the Knicks struggle in the third quarter. Right. So apparently for them, they're getting off to bad starts. So they're getting down in the first quarter and they can't fully recover. So they haven't, and they're playing good 2 through 4, but that first quarter has kind of been their demise.
That's a good catch.
I was trying to do my research.
Yeah, that's a good catch.
So,
because a team like that could go into their run. A team like that is bound to have a run. Just if other teams build a big enough lead, can they surmount that? Can they surmount that sort of that leap and jump over whatever lead they surmounted? You know what I mean? Can they go over that? Right. Or supplant that, I should say.
Supplant. Yeah, I hear you. No, I mean, that's the thing. That's what makes it really tough. Like I don't know exactly what's the best answer for that. I mean, if they're playing good basketball for 3 quarters, and you would think those kind of, if there was a quarter to take off, you don't want to take any quarters off, but the first you figure, okay, I played good 2 through, and especially in the fourth quarter. Yeah, maybe it's just the amount of leads that the other teams are getting out to. It's not good. It's not good.
Right. It's unsurmountable at this point, which is interesting because they got what we've all been dying for in New York is a point guard, a point guard who can distribute the rock. So they have that over there. So it's interesting. Maybe it's growing pains. Maybe LaMelo is trying to figure it all out.
Yeah, that's actually an interesting point. And you know what? I just want to take a quick look at him because we are definitely envious of the fact that they have a point guard. We would love to have a point guard. No offense, but he's still been playing pretty decent. He's still averaging 19 points per game, and he hasn't been playing too bad lately.
What's the turnover ratio? Maybe that's where they falter. Maybe it's their turnover ratio, because I know that's what hurts the Lakers in the West. Like they could be that much better record-wise if they took care of the ball. So is Charlotte sort of that team as well?
Let's see. Well, I mean, they don't look pretty. I'm not looking at the
pack.
actual. Let's see here. Team stats. There we go. Boom. Turnovers. Let's see where they're at.
Right. That could be their problem. You know what I mean? There could be an issue because they're a running team. You know, they're a fast-paced team. You would consider them to be a fast-paced team, you know, by the looks of it. And, you know, with floor generals, sometimes, you know, you don't take care of the ball, you know, as well as you should. And maybe that's where, you know, they run into these holes or, you know, of having to play from behind because they're not, you know, connecting in all cylinders in the beginning of games. You know, they're not scoring the ball, making, you know, having turnovers early and trying to clean it all up as the game goes on. So, I mean, we'll see.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be that bad. It seemed to be like kind of like the middle of the pack. And I think the only person that, if you wanted to point out even someone closer to see exactly who's the main culprit on their team, it's LaMelo. But he's averaging right at 3, which is not too bad for the way that he plays. Perfect. You know what I mean?
That's actually great.
Yeah, I'm like,
take that. Okay. Hey, Julius is at a 4 clip, right? So,
yeah, exactly.
Hey, I'll take that from my point guard.
Little different there, a little different.
Right,
it is what it is. But yeah, so I mean that's what they're dealing with right now. So I'm sure that that's something that can be corrected. I mean, it's just about you know coming out the gate with more intensity, more aggressiveness. I mean, they interviewed Gordon Hayward. He's like, I don't have any idea why we can't come out and be more aggressive in the opening quarter. So I'm like, okay,
right.
They're lost too right now.
Who knows?
Yeah. And then I wanted to jump straight back to the Atlantic Division and save the Central Division because we want to talk about them a little bit more in depth. So in the Atlantic Division, leading the way over there is the Brooklyn Nets at 23-12. They've lost their last 3, which has allowed Chicago to kind of, you know, replace them as the top team in the East right now. I don't necessarily know, you know, what's the big difference for how they play because they seem to play the same way. Like I watched a couple. Look, this is no offense, guys. If you're a Brooklyn Net fan, look, I get it. I understand that's your team. I don't know. Maybe it's the Barclays Center. I don't know. I still like watching Net games. I'm sorry. Okay.
It's hard to even watch on television, right? Like,
yeah, I don't know what it is, man. But I definitely will say one thing. The fact that they used when they wear those blue uniforms and they change the court, I think that helps a lot. I don't know. I mean, I don't like the black court. I don't know what it is. For whatever reason, maybe I'm just tired of it because it's the same thing.
So it's what it is.
Yeah, I don't know. It
doesn't have no pop. Like they need something to combine the black with to make it pop. The gray is the gray. The gray makes it a little dull. But I get it. Yeah. I mean, that's the Raiders colors. You know, Brooklyn wanted to come in with something
right.
solid.
It's like one of those weird courts. You know who has a weird court like that too? It's not every night. OKC. You see when OK puts the light gray court?
Right.
It's like it's got the hardwood and then it's got light gray on every other place. It's like it's just a little odd. I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Hard to get used to.
Yeah, man. Yeah, so that's just me. That's my little gripe about the Brooklyn Nets arena, and that's why I refuse to watch them. That's the only reason. It's just just the court.
It's the court. It's beyond other things.
That's it. Yeah. No, other than that, phew, you know, they run New York. Right. Yeah, but they you know are having a little bit of a struggle right now, and I just wanted to see if their injury report was updated because I want to know if they've got the sum of their parts because they're a team that you know they definitely need. And I know there was a whole thing about Kyrie possibly playing you know certain games here and there.
Still up in the air, right?
Apparently, he makes his season debut tonight. Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah.
So see, look, we on it. You get the news first. You probably already knew this, but you still hearing it.
They're probably watching it as we speak.
Yeah.
Those who care.
So that should be interesting. I'm sure you know something about Kyrie. He's polarizing, so I'm sure people are tuned in.
Right. We'll talk about polarizing. How about John Morant and what he did to them? Woo! Just saying, that was interesting.
You ain't lying. That was quite polarizing.
I quite enjoyed that highlight package. I'll just say
Did
that.
you? Did you now?
I did.
Yeah. Ja's serious, man. And in the press conference after the game, he was like, "Yeah, I'm not scared of anybody. I don't care who's out there." It shows.
7, I don't care.
Yeah, it shows, brother. It shows. So, a salute to Ja Morant for doing his thing, man. He's a special talent, and I'd be lying if I didn't say that I in the draft I wanted Ja Morant, but I knew we wasn't going to get that second pick. So I'm happy with RJ. I'm just telling you, I wanted Ja Morant.
I think everyone wanted Ja Morant. I mean, outside of everyone falling in love with Zion's game because his athleticism for that size, everyone knew the most skilled player out of the draft was Ja Morant. That wouldn't have surprised me.
No, Sim, don't do that, man. Don't do that. Sim's like, wait a minute, hold on. He said, Ron, you just said you like watching Nets games. No, I don't. I don't. No, get me up out of here. Let's not create that narrative.
Be banned from any Nick talk. If you like watching the Nets.
That is right. No. Jay Boogie. No.
Say it ain't so.
Sorry, guys. Don't run with that narrative. That's no good, yo. There's no good.
Did I not catch that? If you said it,
I might have been a Freudian slip. So let's forget that happened. Yeah, we okay. We good where we at, which is rooting for our Knicks and watching them.
That's right.
In the world's most famous arena.
Baby.
That's right. There you go. So yeah, Brooklyn's got some things, and I'm sure they'll win tonight because if nothing else, they get a jump start, a little boost of energy having Kyrie out there. So
who are they playing tonight? Do you know?
I just had it up. Damn it. They are playing. Where is it? I just had it up. They're playing Indiana. Oh, and they're losing by 8 in the second quarter.
Yeah, it's Indiana. They still have the same roster they had against us, right? They have a back-to-back. So
Kyrie has 8 points in 13 minutes. In case anybody wanted to know, that's all I'm going to say. Kevin Durant has 16. That's what he does.
Let's leave it alone.
Yeah. Let's get away from that. It's bad. It's tainted. It makes me feel bad.
Wow, here we go. Still Nets fans. Wow. Don't do that.
Oh no!
Don't do that.
Yo.
You guys are crushing us right now.
Nah.
I'm about to leave this set and run upstairs and grab a Knick hat. I'm feeling so scorned right now.
Yeah. Oh, and speaking of hats, for those of you who don't know, I don't have my Knick blue and orange on right now, but I got this. This is the Piragua hat. If y'all don't know, growing up, you know how in New York they got bodegas. Well, another thing that we got out here, you might have it other places too, but in New York we got the little carts that have the ice, right? The little ice. The guy scrapes the ice, he puts it in a cup, and then puts you some flavored juice on it. That's called Piraguas. And this is what that means. Yeah. So if y'all didn't,
Coco Petty, Choco.
That's right.
What is it? Coco Cherry something.
Cherry Coco Piña. Cherry Coco Piña. There you go. Yeah. That's the move right there. All right. So then that brings us to the Philadelphia 76ers, who are 20-16 winners of their last 4 games. And I got to tell you, Philadelphia looks like they're starting to hit their stride again, because I've been watching the highlights of the way they've been moving. Like, if you watch just how Joel Embiid is taking over and they're starting to get comfortable again.
Right.
So I think that they are getting back to their old ways. They've been injured and been out on protocols too, but it looks like they're starting to settle in a little bit.
And how many in a row you said that was?
They won 4 in a row.
4 in a row. Okay.
I'm
interested to see what that opposition looked like, though. That 4 in a row. Is it 4 in a row against teams that are in the middle of the pack, or is it against teams that are sort of leading? Like, is it against Miami, Chicago? Or are they beating up on the same teams that we're trying to get big on this coming weeks?
I'm picking up what you're putting down. I see you. You want to see if they're getting fat against the weakest of the weak.
Yes, yeah, they're getting fat against teams that are competitive, or what? What is it exactly? Because that will tell me whether or not they're going to be shifting gears.
All right. Well, I will tell you tonight they're playing the Orlando Magic. Okay. So,
who they had the last 3 games?
They played Philadelphia, played the Houston Rockets.
Okay.
But the Rockets are tricky because they're a good-bad team.
Yeah, but
good team.
They're sort of Western. They're not top of the West right now. So
you're right. I mean, Philadelphia put up 133 points against them, but the Rockets still scored 113. So they're like a funky group over there.
But the Rockets don't really play D like that. I mean, you see
when
we play them.
True.
Right.
That's true. But you know what? If you take them too lightly, they might run you out the building.
Yeah.
Right, and then before that they played the Brooklyn Nets. They beat them by 8 points, 110-102.
Right.
And then prior to that, they played the Toronto Raptors, and they beat them by 5 points.
Oh, that's a good win. Okay. Give them credit. They got 2 wins against formidable teams.
Yeah, and I mean, and the one right before that was the Washington Wizards, if you want to count that. I mean,
right.
It is what it is. Yeah, so they seem to be playing okay. Not too bad over there in Philly town. Speaking of Philly, this is really off topic while I go to the next one. But let me tell you, John was eating the Philly cheesesteak earlier, and I was hoping it fell because I wanted it. I mean, I didn't see it because he was at work, but I just knew that I wanted the cheesesteak. I'm just saying, whatever. Anyway, then you got the Toronto Raptors that are 17-17. And they've won their last 3 games. So,
right.
Interesting.
Toronto's a team that I could see, getting a little better as they get healthy.
Here's the question about Toronto. Do you feel like they may have too many of similar type guys over there? I mean, these are good players.
Which is what makes them a competitive team. And that's one of the reasons why I say that. Like, regardless if they got guys who kind of all play similarly, their length, their size, their speed are all comparable. You know what I mean? And that's what makes them a team that can be scary, especially in the playoffs.
Right.
And they got good leadership in Van Fleet, so he's a good floor general.
I agree with that.
Can knock down big shots, so.
I mean, and they're doing some different things over there because I guess they're trying. Like it somehow creates a mismatch for them. They also could struggle against a big team that knows what they're doing. Like, I doubt they really try to run this out against the Philadelphia 76ers. Maybe they did. I don't know. I didn't watch the game. But, right. Nick Nurse has been playing like a 5-forward lineup. Right. That's pretty interesting, huh?
And that's gonna be to the benefit of the 76ers, who have a strong down low presence in Embiid, right? So
right.
You can take advantage of your skills if but that's what good coaching does, right? Take advantage of other teams' weaknesses, and we're sort of in that middle area where we're not too sure how we can take advantage of our strong suit, or players that are doing well. So
right.
Hopefully we start to get it together, man. I mean, yesterday was promising.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. We'll touch on that a little bit shortly, but now let's just head over to the Central Division. Let's start with the Cleveland Cavaliers, who are 21-17. They lost their last game, but no big deal. That's just a loss here or there. But Cleveland's still playing really good basketball. That I guess it's one of those things where when we were talking about previous shows about who were pretenders and contenders and who were real and not real. Right. Cleveland looks pretty real.
And they just picked up Rondo. Did Rondo play his last game? Their last game? Yeah. Because that's going to be interesting to see what that dynamic turns into. Because I think, in my opinion, Rondo is an upgrade from Rubio, especially defensively. Offensively, maybe Rubio has more in the bag when it comes to passing the ball, but Rondo's no slouch there either. Rondo could pass the rock, you know what I mean? But defensively, he's going to give you a lot more, and he's going to rebound, and he's going to do a lot of the dirty work. So I like that pickup for Cleveland. That was a very smart. Actually, that wouldn't have been a bad pickup had we went after Rondo. I would have actually enjoyed that. But
I would have been okay with that too. I mean, it gives us a lot of toughness and basketball smarts out there. Somebody with a high basketball IQ.
Who has played under a Tibbs-like system? Because remember, they all won together under Doc Rivers. Because I think Tibbs was a defensive coach there when they won with the Celtics.
I mean, his numbers were definitely not reflective of anything great with the Lakers. He was averaging like 3.1 points and 3.7 assists. But it's also, usage. And he was shooting a career low 34% from the field. So he's 35 years old.
He's a floor general. He's definitely, not going to hide if he sees people or players being in the wrong spots, he's definitely going to call it out. Or he's going to definitely be a teacher on the court. I could see him as that kind of guy, So yeah,
he will. And to answer your question, he hasn't played with them yet, but it's very soon.
Okay. It's gonna be interesting.
So yeah, I mean they're they should be even that much, maybe a little bit better than what they've been, just as far as, it can't hurt having his wisdom and his defensive prowess out there. It can't hurt them. I think they'll be fine. Which that brings us to the Milwaukee Bucks, who they lost their last game, but they're 25-14. And, they're definitely, we've been saying it all year. Man. That's it. They're playing Buck basketball.
Yep. Yep. They have their new regime, their new style. They're I wouldn't say a new style, but the style fits sort of that city. You know what I mean? It's kind of a worker's mentality out there, and every player they got on that team comes to work. You know what I mean? They don't take days off, and they play hard. They play as a team. What can you say, man? They're champions for a reason. So let's see, how far they can take it.
Now, what's going to be really interesting is to see how well they play, because the good thing is, like, I feel like as long as you got if you have Giannis, you have a good chance to win your games. Mm-hmm. If you don't have Giannis, if you've got Middleton, I think you got a good chance to win your game. So this is important because George Hill is out through the health and safety. Grayson Allen is out, health and safety. Pat Connaughton is out. Dante DiVincenzo is out with an ankle, and Giannis is out. It's not health and safety protocols. It's non C-word illness, as they like to say. So
right.
Yeah. So I mean, I want to see how they play in the next game or two. If Giannis is still out, if they can still
for a long period of time. Yeah.
Right.
But that's interesting because that's when you see a guy like Holiday pick up the slack with Middleton. Like it ain't just gonna be a Middleton show. It's gonna be a combination of the two. Is Brook back yet? Brook was hurt early in the season. Is he back onto there?
I'm trying to see if he came back yet, because I haven't seen anything. But maybe I don't know. Let me see here.
Hey, we don't live in Milwaukee.
Saying. Last time I checked, and let me tell you, in the wintertime, I definitely don't want to be over there. I like the cold a little bit.
Here. It's batted up here. It's like
no, I'm good. Let's see, Bucks center Brook Lopez out indefinitely.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
He had back surgery.
Back surgery. Wow. Well, that's a big loss. So they may be looking for some bigs. Maybe they'll be in talks to get some centers out there to play.
Yeah. So that's interesting. Yeah, well, I mean, like I said, for whatever all the stuff they've had to go through, they're still winning games and they're still playing good basketball. So salute to them. And then that brings us to, the team of the hour. You see the thumbnail. It's them Chicago Bulls. Okay, the best team we've ever seen assembled in history. Okay, maybe not that good, but they are playing really good basketball. So good for them. They're 25-10, like I said. They've won their last 8 games. I mean, they've been playing lights out, and even when they struggle, it seems like they're not even concerned, man. And let me tell you something. We're going to get into it in a little bit, but even, when they win these games in like, exciting fashion, they're losing at the time of these shots. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like they were tied or, it's just one of those, they were down. So the fact that they're winning,
they've been down in the fourth quarter by more than just 2 or 3 points. They've been
exactly
running
like
some comebacks. So
you love to see it, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. Sometimes, at night, I cry on the pillow because I'm like, damn, we could have had DeRozan.
But could we have though? I don't know. I think he made his decision early on.
I think he did too, but you know what? Sometimes you got to throw the bag at people, man. You got to entice them enough. Like, okay, if you really want to go there, fine. But this is the bag. Keep them. You see the bag?
Mil. You see the 60 mil?
Yeah, look at the bag.
I don't know. I feel like he sort of made. I mean, he was on. What was he on? He was on. I think the Knuckleheads podcast talking about that he. Had and during the offseason was speaking to what's the center called? What's the center's name for Chicago? Vucevic over during the offseason, and they were trying to figure out ways to play together. And once he got traded to the Bulls, once the offseason came, they had communicated with each other. So he was open in the way he expressed the reasoning why he went to Chicago over other teams because he could have went to LA as well. But sort of chose to go to Chicago.
Right. But I can understand why you don't go to LA. There's just too much going on over there. And you know what I mean? Like you got LeBron.
He's from LA. He's from LA.
Yeah, but that team has just got too much star power.
He could have been with the Clippers too.
That's
you know
true.
I mean? That's so he had the options. He didn't just have to go pick the Lakers. He could have went and played with the Clippers. He could have chose to play in New York. He could have. I think he had a lot of options. More than
but if you
give him credit to having.
If he would have went to the Clippers long term, how would that have looked with Paul George and Kawhi Leonard?
And Kawhi's
long term. No, but long term.
They're not talking long term with the Chicago Bulls. He's talking about now. They're trying to win now. They're not trying to win in 5 more years. What is he? 14 seasons in? He's not thinking long term.
Yeah, no, I mean, but like next year, if Kawhi comes back, then you got 2 guys who are starters playing the same position.
Not the same, because Kawhi plays the 3-4. So does Paul George. And you just
Jordan's kind of small for the 4, but you're right.
Okay, so you can move Kawhi. Kawhi could play 1 through 5 if he needed to.
I don't know. That's an interesting mix. I don't know. But I think the Bulls pick.
But they are ball dominant, so DeRozan would want to be kind of first or second option, and I think he's first option right now. Zach is sort of playing, a backseat unless DeRozan doesn't have it going, and they kind of switch. They switch it on him,
Right. Yeah,
so it's all possession. Possession by possession. They decide on the court who's going to attack the basket. But it's either the 2 of them, and then a mix of Vucevic, playing off the post.
So the question here is, this Bulls team, like, are they the team to beat now? Like, have they, being that they now lead the Eastern Conference, are they that team?
Nah, I think this is current. I think this is sort of a current move, current shift in what we're seeing out there. But I think with all that being said, you still have teams that are going to end the season with better records than the Bulls. I think that's just an opinion of mine. I don't think the Bulls are going to end the season, number 1 in the Eastern Conference at least. Maybe 3 or 4.
Well, it's definitely definitely up in the air. We got to see, but I definitely think they're going to be one of those teams that you got to watch. Don't take them lightly.
Sure. Yeah, for sure.
And definitely salute to the chat once again. Appreciate all y'all for tuning in.
Much respect.
Yes. So I think it's that point in time where, you know, we need to kind of, you know, I guess point the finger at somebody doing some really good stuff. And we decided to switch it up for you guys because you know what? This is the NBA report, right? So, being that we are showing you stuff around the Eastern Conference and what's going on, why not start to pinpoint and highlight, you know, certain things that may happen? And that being said, I think it's time we get into our NBA Bismarcky Player of the Week. That's right. It's a curveball, folks. That's right. It's DeMar DeRozan. DeMar, the hard, the hibby. You know where I was going. Listen,
DeMar DeRozan. About him enough today, right?
DeMar DeRozan has been balling out, y'all. Look, you know, say what you will, say about, you know, the fact that we lost out on him. We did, but the man, should I say, is balling out. He's doing, you know, whatever he wants out there on the court. And that narrative about him not being able to do certain things, he's doing everything on the court. Dunking, hitting layups, he's hitting free throws, he's hitting mid-range, he's hitting threes. Like, what can't this guy do right now? So I don't know. I think not
to mention, you said it before, he has them playing probably the best basketball they've played in weeks. They've won 8 straight games. So, and it's not only him, it's the team effort, but he's sort of pinnacle in this stretch.
Yeah. No, I agree. DeMar's doing his thing. And you know, I think maybe we should take a look at what DeMar has done. What you think?
Yeah, let's do that.
Man,
Flash.
Ooh, wee. This boy is cold. He's ice cold.
You gotta hit him with that.
Cold blooded.
You gotta hit him with that Bronzeville. It's cold as ice.
Exactly.
Dude, in their face, bro.
You know what I'm saying? You know what? I think that was so nice. We need to see it twice. You might have to run it back, Jose. Wow.
Something serious.
Hey, man, that boy good. That boy good.
That boy good. It doesn't get old, bro. I'm telling you. I'm looking forward to some of that action happening in our, you know, from our team. You know what I mean? Come on, Julius. Let's go, RJ.
Come on, son. Let's go, man. We need to see some. Exactly. We need to see some of that from our team. And I think it's coming, guys, because you know what? The best is yet to come because, you know, we played so bad. It can only get better. That's what I'm saying. All right. Listen, we're not Debbie Downers here. You know why? Because things are looking good, and we're going to get into that shortly. So stay tuned. We're going to touch on our New York Knickerbockers in a little bit. But before we do that, you know, we did talk about how good DeMar DeRozan has played. We showed you some of his highlights. He's the Bismarcky, the NBA Bismarcky Player of the Week, right? But you know what? Maybe it's time that we look at who might be the NBA blast from the past.
Oh, that's interesting that you say so. Let's go to that.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that is one. Mr. Darryl Dawkins himself. Hey, Ron, did you know that Darryl Dawkins was chosen with the with the number 5 overall selection in the 1975 NBA draft straight out of high school by the 76ers. The first 2 seasons in which he spent on the bench, to then go on to having a reasonably long career, spending 14 seasons in the league. Dawkins also had a 9-season stint where he averaged double figures in points. His best career came in 19 his best year, sorry. His best year came in 1983-84 season, when he was in his second year with the New Jersey Nets of all teams. He finished averaging a career high 16.8 points and 6.7 rebounds per game while playing in an 81-game season. Darryl Dawkins is also most notably known and responsible for the NBA having to go to breakaway rims when he shattered 2 backboards with thunderous dunks in 1979. He was also quoted to say, the first one was an accident, but I wanted to see if I could do it all again when I got back to Florida. His epic plays and monstrous dunking abilities garnered him the affectionate nickname of Chocolate Thunder, which was given to him by none other than legendary singer-songwriter Stevie Wonder. Salute to legend Darryl Dawkins, a.k.a. Chocolate Thunder. Salute, my brother.
Hey, man, Darryl Dawkins, an NBA
peace,
legend.
Man. Rest in peace.
Yeah, man, definitely. Salute to that man. Darryl Dawkins is one of those. When I was a kid, I always heard about his exploits on the court, and how he used to catch air on people. I was young, so I didn't get a chance to see a lot of his games. I saw some of them, but yeah, man, he was a high flyer. He did some things out there. So salute to Mr. Darryl Dawkins. And look. My man Andrew K, he was all over. He was like, "Oh, you talking about Chocolate Thunder? That's right. Yeah, you know it. Yeah, man. So that's the thing. Like, there's so many great NBA players out there, and we wanted to be able to kind of open things up and be able to talk about all these players, because even though there's household names that a lot of us know, you may not know exactly where a person's from, what they did before they were on the team that you're used to seeing them on. Like, these guys have NBA careers. They've done a lot of things. So we thought it might be better to kind of open things up and highlight more than just a specific team's players. Let's open it up and share the love of the NBA, because this is the NBA Report.
That's right. We share a little bit of history. And for some who don't know, Darryl Dawkins was a Florida native. So I believe he's from Florida, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. All right. I'm with it. That works for me. I like that. So, being that we did say that we were going to try to, open things up and talk a little bit about the Knicks as well, I think it's time for us to get into our back page.
Gotcha.
You had brought up Ja Morant earlier, and Ja Morant to me is very interesting because, you know what? He's it's tough with him. He's kind of like the word is right there. He's like it's not not
I'll say what it is. He is lightning in a bottle.
He definitely is lightning in a bottle. But you know what's interesting about him? When he's on the court, he's doing special things. These guys, Memphis is winning games. When he's off the court, Memphis is still winning games. It's just like
true.
Yeah,
that is
like
true. I didn't catch that. You're right. Even without him games, right?
And a lot, like they were streaking without him. So like Memphis is
They're a surprise.
Memphis
team.
is interesting.
They're definitely a team that got people caught by surprise. They're catching people slipping, for sure.
And so you guys know, Memphis is in the Southeast Division, and they're 25-14, and they've won their last 6 in a row. So gotta watch out for Memphis.
That's a fact. You gotta watch out for
Yeah. But definitely salute to Ja Morant, because Ja Morant has been getting busy lately. He's been getting buckets in big ways. You know what I mean?
That highlight reel was something fun to watch, man, against Brooklyn. I was like, I kept rewinding. I was like, oh, let me see that highlight package again. It was sick. I was like, ooh.
It's weird because he reminds me a lot of Iverson. I think Iverson was a better shooter, but as far as getting to the rim and getting bouncy, this guy.
He's got that Steve Francis bounce. You remember Stevie Franchise?
Yeah, Stevie Francis used to bucket.
You know what I mean? But I think the only difference is that Morant is thinner, more lanky, You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And he's got like surprising hops. But you look at a Stevie franchise and you'll be like, this kid could jump out the rim because he was muscular. He had that sort of built already. You know what I mean?
Right.
But yeah, he gets up, man.
And the thing is, he's one of those guys, like he just throws caution to the wind, dude. He like his body. He's like, I don't know. I forgot who it was. It was fire. What? This guy, I mean, he's definitely trying to dunk over and through people. He just you're not even there. He don't see you. He see the rim.
Right.
Yeah, so I mean, just look at the run he's been on. 26, 36, 30, 41, 33.
Numbers, man.
Just getting buckets, man.
Yeah, he did it against the Lakers. He did it against the Nets. He's been putting in that work.
And that's why it's so impressive, guys. That's why we want to talk about him real quick, because it's not like he's just playing against any old team. Like he's doing this against the best competition. Like it don't matter who you are.
Right. Listen, that's what the back page is all about. The back page is about, highlighting, good play. And, we're definitely seeing that from John Morant.
I agree. And speaking of good play, we would be remiss if we didn't talk about our New York Knicks for a little bit, because you know what?
That's right.
Even though
drum roll.
Oh, wait, hold on. All right, it's the best I could do. Even though they've only won one game, right? There's no streak, but I think that if I point to some of the bad play they had against some of these bad teams like Detroit and stuff, where they may have won the game, but it just didn't look that good. Last night's game against Indiana, you could say they were depleted, but they still had Miles Turner. They still had Sabonis, and some of the guys that they had
that young
filling in.
Was playing, bro. He
wasn't he?
Skillful,
and
man. What was his
that
name?
kid Sykes? Sykes.
Yeah.
Sykes was looking good out there, man. So they got some talent on that team.
You know what Sykes reminded me of? What was that kid who used to play with the Bucks and for a while? Mad talented, young. Then what was his name? He was short in stature too.
Drew Bledsoe?
No, not Bledsoe. It was not
Boyd. I said Drew Bledsoe, the quarterback. I mean Eric Bledsoe.
Eric Bledsoe. What was his name? I can't think of his name. It's not Brand. I'm not talking about Brandon Jennings. That's the Bucks. I'm talking about who did I say? I said did I say Milwaukee?
You did.
Damn, what's it, Milwaukee Bucks? I have
maybe,
a visual.
Maybe it's the wrong. That's not the right team.
Maybe it's the wrong team. Man, it's gonna come to me. Hopefully, if it doesn't, we'll talk about it next week. But
all right, no problem.
Sykes was no joke. He was definitely putting us in a blender of sorts. Especially in that first half, we didn't know what to do with him defensively. It was like, oh man, did we go under the screen, over the screen? So. Right.
Hold on. First off, I apologize, guys, if because we're trying to get through the content. So sometimes you guys have some timely questions that may be about a certain team or what have you. For example, Charles W. Shout out to you. Salute. He said Bulls going to get that Thad Young back for that Portland first rounder while keeping Kobe and PW.
Patrick Williams.
Patrick Williams. There you go. And he said, "What you think?" So I don't know, man. Like at this point, like I don't even know if maybe they do, but at this point, I don't even know if they even really need to do that. They may feel they're light at certain areas and they want to sustain stuff, so that'll give them an insurance policy to avoid certain things. I just think the way they're playing right now, I wouldn't touch it, man. If it ain't broke, that engine's looking good right now. You got a fresh new carburetor, you change the oil. I'm just saying, look, it looks good over there. So I wouldn't mess around with that. Hopefully
you do that, and then it doesn't really mesh really well. The combination.
You know what I mean?
Of players.
You know what they used to say? Too many cooks in the kitchen. Not bueno, B. Not bueno. Abuela don't want you coming in the kitchen when she's cooking. You know how it is.
For real.
Yeah. So, but back to the Knicks. I just think that one of the good things about the Knicks, and I know it's been touched on a lot today because people are excited, was the fact that you got to see, and this is the first time in a long time that we've seen Julius and RJ play well together. and both of them had 30 points apiece, which is what we've hoped that they could do for quite some time. We just haven't been able to see it. And I think Tibbs sees what the problem was. And I think this is the same thing that I've pointed to multiple times before. It's the fact that you're not giving RJ the ball and allowing him to create and facilitate. Instead, you are allowing Randall to be that guy because you feel like that's what helped Randall, propelled him to the most improved player last year, which it definitely did help him. He was able to get his rebounds, his points, and the assist by orchestrating sometimes. But you know what? I'd rather not have Julius have that responsibility. Give it to RJ. As you can see last night, Julius is still going to get his points. He's got his 30, as well as he got 15 or 16 rebounds. So he gets his numbers.
Yeah, listen. I'm not on that side of where I'm not on the thought process of saying that Tibbs was the individual who was making that so. Mm-hmm. I'm on the thought that players find their way or their comfortability with each other, and comfortability comes in different times during the season, right? Last season, we seen that they played well together regardless. They played well together sort of in a different sort of scheme where RJ was more of a spot shooter and got open shots and knocked them down last year. This year hasn't really done so. And it was very interesting to me as I'm watching the game and I'm seeing Johnny Bryant being the person who is the first coach standing up and, leaning on RJ Barrett. It's almost as if they were practicing a lot of these things and fitting that into the scheme of the offense, where they were saying, we know you're capable. We just don't quite know yet how to utilize you yet. Because again, he isn't the best ball handler. I mean, we have to be real with it. He's not the best ball handler, but he does have a skill set that you need, that he does really well when he's in attack, right? When he's in attack mode, his skill set is strong. His IQ is strong enough that he can get other guys open. There are some lapses here and there, as you've seen a couple of plays where he sort of didn't pass up the rock in advance to make a play. But again, he'll learn from his mistakes. But I see it as they're learning how to play with each other and figuring out, hey, RJ, this is your time to develop this part of your game, and let's see if you could take over from that part. You know what I mean? And I think they're sort of portioning it out a little bit more. I think they tried it early on with Evan Fournier, and for whatever reason, it didn't work as well as they hoped it would. Mm-hmm. But they see that they have something in Kemba, especially to start off a game when he's healthy and he's rested. So they can play off of a pick and roll with Kemba, and now they have another option in doing the same with RJ Barrett, sort of running the point position and running the plays off of pick and roll with Randall. So I like seeing that, and they're sort of adapting a new model, a new sort of interchangeable part. And I think that's just coaching. That's really what that is. It's just coaching up and saying, okay, next man up, you have an opportunity to show what you can do. He showed a little taste of it, and now they just implemented that with Randall on the court with him. And it looks good because, like you said, Randall can get his points other ways. And Randall's a good rebounder, offensive rebounder. He slashes to the basket. He's good at back cuts. So utilize him there and mix and match, because I don't think every time down the court they're planning to use RJ Barrett. I think there's going to be a mix.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think they are definitely going to give it but I'm okay with that. I just need you to put the ball in RJ's hands, because I think that allows him to be more aggressive, because when he can't get his own, it allows him to go get his own shot. If he can't get it, then okay, he'll just pass the ball, which is what he normally does anyway if he doesn't have something. But giving it to him earlier so he has the court vision to see what's available, I think it's better.
It's also going to help out Fournier. I think Fournier is going to get a lot more open looks. And once he gets comfortable in playing with that starting group and being in those corner three positions where you had RJ last year, now you put Fournier there. Fournier will probably shoot at a better clip once he gets comfortable there. Of course, you're going to lose something defensively, as we know, but I think team defense sort of helps pick that up. And sometimes there are moments and times where Fournier can be a pest. I've seen a couple of deflections here and there that came because of his play. It's not the end all be all. Of course, he doesn't stay in front of people, yada, yada, yada. But I think as a team defense, I think we can get better as long as our offense is not struggling. If our offense isn't struggling, our defense plays a little better because now we sort of have the upper hand. We're not like chasing from behind. And we got to do a better job in the third quarter coming out and just playing aggressive, man. Continue to be aggressive in the third quarter, and make those referees make some calls, man, for real.
No, I'm with you on that. Wait, now, so when
it clicked for me.
Oh, you got it?
Yeah, TJ Ford.
Oh, TJ right? Ford. Yeah. I remember him. That's right.
Yeah, that's what it was. It was TJ Ford. He reminds me a lot of TJ Ford, like that kid. He was like in and out, Earl Boykins, maybe. I see that they were putting Earl Boykins. Yeah, I can see that too.
Earl Boykins, remember him? Yeah, little pesky. Yeah, he was pesky.
I can see that. But in my mind, I was thinking of TJ Ford. I was like, I just couldn't. The name couldn't come to me.
I think TJ Ford played with the Pacers too. That right? If I'm not mistaken, I feel like
he did.
Yeah, he did. Showing our age a little bit. That's what it is.
Hey.
But yeah, no, I'm with you on that. And when you were talking about Fournier, were you speaking of the French crawler? Because that's his nickname now. Because he's known for putting up donuts.
Donuts. Damn, man, they're going hard on him.
They nicknamed him the French crawler, bro. That's bad.
I'm sure they're gonna figure out a way to add some steak into that as well. He ate some bad steak.
That's a new way to do things, man.
Crullers, huh? Steak and crullers.
It's rough. Well, anyway, guys,
he may come around and who do you play next? The Celtics.
Yep.
Hey, he may have a 20.
Wait, is it the Celtics or is it?
Celtics?
Yeah, it is the Celtics. Yep, it is.
He may put up 20. He never or more because this is a team. He's done it in the last. How many times have we seen the Celtics this year?
Twice, I think. So, and we're going to see them 2 times right now, back to back.
So, if we've seen them twice, and he had 2 really solid games against them.
Yeah, man, they're giving him the homeboy discount, bro. I don't know.
That's true. But then they continue to do so. So I'll take it. I'll take whatever I can get for Fournier right now. If he gives me 20s, anywhere above. I mean, listen, he gotta pass the 12. He has to do more than. I mean, what was it? He was supposed to get an over of 12 points, and he didn't get it. Like he has to.
Right.
That, bro.
Listen, if he gives us 20, and RJ somehow gives us between 20 and 25, and Julius gives us around 25, with those 3 players right there, we in really good shape.
Burks is going to get his off. Burks is coming and he's going to be off, especially if he comes in with the second unit.
Right.
If he comes in with the second unit, he's the guy off the second unit, him and Quick. So you're going to ask them to be in attack mode. So we just need him to be a consistent shooter at this point, and maybe, drive from time to time, don't make it obvious that you're going to always try to shoot the 3, shift it up from time to time. But definitely be open for that 3 and knock them down. Got to knock them down, man. That's been our Achilles heel all season. We aren't knocking down the open 3s.
I don't know what it is, bro.
Open 2s. We take open 3s and we miss them.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like if it was mid-range game, I would be like, come on, guys. But they're missing open 3s. Barrett.
It's crazy. It's crazy, bro.
You name them, they miss them quickly. Like Burks, you name them, they miss them. It's like, come on. I hope yesterday's game is what we have to see. Like there's some promise there, and hopefully we see some of the action. When we play tomorrow? Right?
Tomorrow against Boston.
There you go.
And we at home at Madison Square Garden. Yeah,
that's right. We home, so we gotta get this win, man. We gotta change that dynamic, man. Gotta start winning at home, man. This is getting ridiculous.
It's kind of ridiculous. You ain't lying. It's ridiculous. We can't win on our home floor. Come on, man.
Facts, man.
It's crazy.
I feel sorry for all those fans that paid top dollar to see us lose. That's not a good look, man.
Yeah,
gotta win some games in New York.
Where's the respect? Where's the pride, man?
Facts.
Yeah. Well, guys, that's pretty much the Knicks, man. You know what it is. We'll definitely have more time to talk about them. And you'll hear the rest of our brethren and sisters out there talking about what they got going on. And we'll definitely keep you filled with Knick content going forward. You'll see it. So don't worry. We got more to come. But this is the point of the show where we get ready to wrap it up, but just want to give a quick shout out to those in the chat. So let's do our NBA report romper room. For you young whippersnappers out there, if you don't remember Romper Room, that was a fun show back on the Channel 9 days, WWOR, if you will.
Ooh, bring it to
I'm old, B. I'm old. Don't play with me.
Listen, I grew up on that.
That's right, man. I forgot her name, but I knew she used to be like, she used to put all the kids to sleep, like when you be in daycare, and when she puts them to sleep, she'd be calling out the names. I see Billy, I see Patrick.
I'm sure the chat is about to put that up there for us.
I was hoping she was going to say, I see Ron. She never saw Ron.
She never saw Ron.
That's cool. That's all right.
See, I had a common name. My name is Jonathan.
Yeah. I think she's seen Jonathan. She's seen
seen Jonathan a lot.
Yeah.
I was excited. I was like, yay. Rondres are hard to find.
Yeah, you can't find them, man. Look out. If you see one, let me know. Salute to David L. David L put his comment at 4:07, way early. He was ready. Thank you, bro. Appreciate you as always. Salute to you. Salute to Supreme Star Lord. Supreme System Lord. Chop Low in the building. Appreciate you, brother. Let me go down a little bit. Geraldine McIver. Appreciate you. Best Impact. Appreciate you. That's right. Geraldine McIver is a SKFer for life. Jay Boogie. You know how we give it up to Jay Boogie. Yes, definitely salute him and keep tuned for Jay Boogie. I mean, he just came out with the song out, right? We Back on. Yes, he does. He came out with the song We Back on Christmas with Papa Left and Cully, but he's coming out with a whole podcasting album. So it's going to be more than those tracks you heard. It's coming back. More and more hits.
That's right.
Yeah. Best Impact. Salute to you. Tony Crow in the building. As always, salute. Hold on. Let me get this guy up out of here. Block you. You know how they do, man. They be trying to infiltrate. Definitely salute to Sim. The podfather of Nothing But Knicks, and the man who puts it. He pays the light bill. Keeps it all afloat. Salute to Steph from the Queen's Court. Drip Moore in the building. Drip Moore, my dude. Angel Torres. Salute. Wait. He said, well, I'm flying from Puerto Rico to the Knicks versus Nets game, February 16th. Hope we get the W.
Bedroom.
Okay. That's right. PR in the building. Bayamon, San Juan, Ponce. Huh?
Cuidado.
You know how we do.
La Playa de Naguabo. That's what my family's
from. Really? Oh, Naguabo. Okay. Zaul Martinez in the building. Let me get through this. D-Ras. Jose Astorga, as always.
Yes.
Mark Swift in the building. You know what, Mark? I don't know if I've seen your name, bro. So definitely salute you. You might tune into other MBK shows, but this might be the first time I've seen your name here. So I appreciate you, bro.
Right.
Shiloh Blizzants, appreciate you. Andrew K. We always looking out for you, bro. Akuma. What's up, Akuma? Appreciate you. D Public Enemy #1. You know how we give it up to you, brother. We always see you. Charles W. Appreciate you. Vaughn Allen. Vaughn Allen is a recent subscriber. I appreciate you. Thank you, Vaughn, for joining up with Still Knicks Fans. Who else we got here? Margaret Edwards. Oh, you know what, Margaret? This is the first time I've seen you tune into our show. So thank you. I mean, I could be wrong, but I haven't seen it. So I appreciate you. Thank you.
Appreciate you joining in.
Antoine, is it Antoine or Antwain? Antwain Boyce. Yes. Salute. Quality jumper. You know what? You know how we give it up to you, brother. Appreciate you. And yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. Hold on, Mrs. M. Okay, that's another new name. Appreciate you. Romper Room is the show, guys. Yeah, Romper Room and Friends.
Yep. That was great.
Yeah. So thank you guys. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate having you guys tune in and definitely supporting the NBK content. You see, this is just, you saw another show come out today. It's just another long line of different content you may be witnessing in the next few months. There's more and more stuff coming, guys. This is not a one-off. We still come with more and more hits. So now you got the NBA report. You got the crossover with Steph and Tony. You've got the shoot around, one of Sim's shows. You've got the controversy with Josh. You've got the post game. You got the pre game. You know, there's a lot of stuff going on. And then you also got, obviously, the Queen's Court on the side. You've got Knicks and Bruises. That's, you know, there's a lot of stuff going on. So definitely salute to everybody. The content is going to continue to come. Keep supporting. We appreciate, we love y'all. And don't forget to support Still Knicks Fans. Our goal is obviously we want to get to 1,000 subscribers. Who wouldn't? But right now, we're just trying to get to 300.
Baby
and
steps.
Right now, we had 294, guys. We had 294. So we're hoping to get to 300. If y'all want, we added one today. Exactly. So we had 294. If you guys are watching and you like what we're doing, you support our content, please subscribe, you know, and tell a friend to tell a friend who tells another friend. You know what? Let them know about us. We appreciate it.
Appreciate that for sure. And let us know how you like our new sort of the way we changed our setup for this show. Do you like this sort of us sort of shifting gears away from our beloved Knicks a little bit, but also giving you a little bit more of the NBA as a whole, and then, you know, at the back end, sort of sharing our thoughts around the Knicks. We know that this is a Knicks heavy, you know, sort of, you know what I mean, network, of course, because it is nothing but Knicks, MBK for life. But you know, let us know if you enjoyed this, if you enjoyed us, you know, kind of shifting gears and talking about other teams. I'm sure myself and Ron would love to hear about that, about your feedback, and so will Sim.
Yeah. So we thank you for all the feedback and appreciate the support. Oh, look at that. Our main man over here, Josh, a.k.a. Uncle Fulio. Salute to Ron and Jon Dynamic. Appreciate you, bros. Appreciate you. Oh, man. Wait, is The Public Enemy, is that the name of the lady, Miss Nancy
Miss
from
Nancy.
Romper Room?
It might be. That sounds familiar. It might be. I'm going to have to look it up after this.
Yeah,
I'm going to have to share that with my
I'm
kids. Now I'm gonna have
curious.
to go back. I'm gonna have to share with my guy. I got young little ones, so you know I gotta go back. I gotta go back. I gotta play that for them.
Right. Yeah, definitely. Thank you, Drip Moss, for subscribing. Appreciate you. So we at 295, y'all. Come on. I feel like I'm getting donations. Oh, can we get one more? Can we get one more? We appreciate y'all. So thank you now, but no pressure. But definitely, if y'all like what we're doing, definitely subscribe to Still Knicks Fans. We appreciate it, and we love all your support. Thank you. Any final words, John?
Man, much love, respect, and you know, stay safe out there, man. You know, be well.
Yeah, I agree. Thank you to everybody once again for tuning in. Definitely stay safe out there. Be mindful of your health and your family's health. And you know, wear your mask, keep your distance, sanitize, wash your hands, do all that good stuff. And salute to y'all once again for joining and tuning in and you know, representing for the NBK fam, the NBK Nation, the NBK Network.
Also, I want to tip my hat out to all the first responders, man. They're doing that.
Oh yeah, definitely for the first responders.
All the first responders. You know, if you're in the medical field, if you know in the military, you know, if you're in the police force, health, anything, you know, anything EMS. Really much respect to all of you who, you know, go out every day and just do the work, you know, while we all, you know, sit back, cushy jobs, and kind of, you know, type away. But
exactly.
Much respect, man. Appreciate y'all.
Thank you. And you're right, Margaret Edwards. Randall and RJ need to be more aggressive and attack the basket for us to win. I agree. And let's hope we see that tomorrow against Boston. So thank you guys for tuning in. Once again, you're going to see us next week on the NBA Report on the MBK Network. And you'll also see us maybe on Monday night on Still Knicks Fans. Tune into that. Wait, one more. Oh, look at this. See, two people always join right when we're about to hang up. Hang out. Hang up. I'm saying hang up like it's a call. Pierre Mose, appreciate you, man. Thank you. And Rick V, thank you. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you.
Oh, thanks, Pierre. Appreciate you, man. All right.
Yeah, man.
We out of here.
We're almost there. Peace.
We'll see you.
Run that. that shit.